A mission always looks impossible when you don't understand the vision. Be a vision carrier and you lead the mission. Those words are the driving force behind the exemplary leadership that has defined my guests. Welcome to Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between lawmakers and their constituents. I am Mariah Olashende, but first let's meet my guest, Honorable Dachung Bagos. Born on June the 4th, 1977 at Jos Plateau State, Nigeria, Honorable Bagos, a renowned philanthropist, politician, humanitarian, youth activist and anti-corruption expert, has championed and convened a couple of movements for the sake of humanity, among which are the Plateau Youth G17 Peace and Progressive Forum. He founded the Dachung Bagos Foundation, a humanitarian and philanthropic non-governmental organization that has carried out community development services to different communities in and around the states. Bagos is an understudy student of criminology and security studies, a discipline that has enriched and shaped his dedication to the country's fight against corruption and insecurity. A humanist whose life has impacted his community and mentored many. Bagos is a member of the following committee in the House of Representatives: House Committee on Anti-Corruption, Financial Crimes, Health Institutions, House Services, National Security and Intelligence, Public Procurement, Rural Development, Solid Minerals, Waterways, Foreign Affairs, Human Rights, Legislative Library, Research and Documentation.
Honorable colleagues, I rise to move for the second reading of a bill for an act to amend the Nigeria Education Research and Development Council Act (CAP) N105, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, which was established in 2004. I so move, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues.
A committed church elder, Bagos is married to his lovely wife, Lydia. They are blessed with 6 beautiful children. Honorable Dachung Bagos is a member of the People's Democratic Party, and one of his favorite quotes is, "The future might look confusing. Learn from mistakes of the past, focus on the present, and the future will be the product of your experience." Honorable Dachung Musa, the member representing Jos South, Jos East Federal Constituency, has reiterated his commitment to ensuring that the mandate given to him by the people is to better the lives of the people and his constituency. Bagos said he will equip, empower and lift the generation before the end of the mandate. Bagos promised not to fail the people but justify the mandate with optimal performance. The reports. Honorable Bagos is one of the top 10 House of Rep members who has sponsored the highest number of bills in the House of Representatives. As a member of the Nigerian House of Representatives representing Jos South, Jos East Federal Constituency, Honorable Bagos' 365 days at the Green Chambers has focused on the cardinal areas of legislature: lawmaking, oversight, and constituency outreach. Honorable Dachung Bagos, in the last 1 year, has sponsored about 30 bills, several oversight motions, and policy contributions. In education, Honorable Bagos awarded scholarship to the entire 296 students of GSS Chugui of Jos South Local Government for first term session of 2019-2020 GS1 to SS3. He awarded 4 years scholarship in medical science to 10 undergraduate students from Jos South and East local government areas. He also awarded scholarships to less privileged constituents in Abuja. Scholarship to the entire 300 students of GSS Godong of Jos East Local Government for first term session 2019-2020 GSS 1 to SS 3. Numerous unaccounted financial supports to students in schools at various levels. In road construction, Honorable Bagos did the construction and grading of road network within Dabwat community, GIEP, in Jos South Local Government area. Grading of the landscape of Lala Berum and Jos Museum. Grading of the landscape and road network of Wusal Berum ground at Maraban, Jema.
In fact, this road has been a headache to us. It has been very bad. Many potholes, many, there's no drainages, there's nothing. We'll be suffering, in fact, in this road. But until the coming of our member, Honorable Bagos, that graded this road about 6 kilometer road, of which he tried for us. He tried a lot.
The Honorable Member representing Jos South and Jos East in the National Assembly, Dachung Bagos, also brought smiles on the faces of Twanchek and Katong constituency of Jos South and Jos North communities. Construction of box culverts at Gereng Abattoir, Jos.
Sincerely, we have to thank Honorable Musa Dachung Bagos for coming to our aid, for doing this bridge for us. Because this bridge you are seeing, you will see as if it's a small thing, but people that are living in this community, women, we have lost many women in the process of delivery because there's no car that will come in here to pick them. They have to pick them on the hand and no kicking, nothing. For this bridge to be here, we have been going to the government, different places, but it's the one that has come to our aid.
When he came, he saw the problem we people are facing. Seriously, I have said this before and I will still repeat it. He is not just a politician, but he's somebody that he have people in mind. He is a true representative.
Truthfully, I have known him even before he obtained the political office. He's a man who has passion for people and community. And he told me something. He said, I am going to intervene on this not because of my political status or my constituency, but when I saw those pictures, those videos you sent to me, with water on this bridge, people passing through, I asked myself, if it is my daughter, how will I feel? So he intervened. As you can see the work, compared to the other one, truthfully, it is paying.
Borehole drilling and installation for the good people of Zek in Zawan, Maraban, Jama, Vuekuru in Jos South Local Government area.
So when we see Bagos come and begin to do this, we are happy. More than we are even happy because we are saying this is the first time to go in there and you come and begin to clear water with us. Because that's our problem. Water. The whole this place, there's no water. All of this Maraman Jama, this you know, say this is the main place and there's no any water here.
Mun gode a lokacin nan da Bagos ya ba mu ruwa ya zo cinka mana bohol. Dama muna shan wahala lokacin rani. Yanzu muna jin dadin ruwan nan. Har lokacin rani din ba ma shan wahalar ruwa. Mun gode mishi Allah ya bashi dukkan ganewa mai.
Welcome back, and you're still watching Your Representative, and this segment is the interview segment. And I have here with me an honorable member of the House of Representatives. He is Honorable Dachung Bagos. He's representing Jos South and Jos East Federal Constituency. You're welcome, sir, to Your Representative.
Thank you, Mariah.
So let's begin this way. How did you join into politics? How did you get into politics?
Growing up in a political family, my father was a local government chairman in the early 80s, and reading down the history and background of my family and what he has done and the ideals he stood for, and he died at an early stage. And, one grew up facing some challenges, and as a result of that, that took me into personal research on what one can really do to help the immediate society, and especially that desired change that one is looking for in the society. And one thing I promised myself, that look, number one, the ideals that our parents have politically to be able to really affect the society, and two, with what we went through, is it still necessary for our children to go through that? And that's why, if you check my slogan now, is equipping the next generation. Because I won't want the next generation to go through what my generation have gone through. I believe that development is all about growth, making it better, not making it worse. And so basically, my desire to really work and to have the desired change, and secondly, the voice of my people. And I always say that one single vote is the voice of that person, because he can't shout, but through his vote, he has made that vote signifies that, look, this is my voice, that I'm supporting you so that you go and do what I want you to do for me in the society. So out of the 117,000 votes that I got during the general election, it's 117,000 voices. And if, as a believer, and if we're saying that the voice of people is the voice of God, then definitely this is an agenda that God wants us to carry up.
So how was it for you defeating your opponent?
I wouldn't say defeating, because I did not go into politics for competition. I go into politics with an ideology, but I look at it as, look, I have an ideology that we really want to give down to the people. So people believe in my ideology and say, look, we want to move with your ideology. It's possible next time they will say, look, okay, we have seen what you have done, we want another ideology.
But before the election, you've been involved in grassroots politics.
Yeah,
You are a philanthropist. You're very close to the grassroots. So that's why I'm driving at something you've been doing your homework.
Yeah, that's why I said from the beginning that, look, through my grassroots discipleship, that we've been able to move with the people. And we've seen that there are some certain areas that we couldn't reach. And look, so what and how can we be able to do some of those things? Before getting into this position, I've been able to do boreholes in different communities. I've been able to grade roads. I've been able to give out scholarship. So why we did that was that, look, even if we are not in a political position, we should be able to reach out to our people. So but there are some certain areas that we saw that we can't and we couldn't reach out. And there were so much yearning from the people that, look, we really need this level of intervention in different areas. So, and then you need people in authority, you need some political influence to be able to get some of those required things for your people. And mind you, as a lawmaker, we have 3 cardinal roles: oversight, constituency outreach, and lawmaking. And because there are laws that you make that naturally will be able to solve the problem of your people, not necessarily bringing a physical project, but through the law, it will be able to give your people some certain succor or some certain interventions, because there are government works with law. So there are some certain things that government cannot append its signature on or authority on unless it has a law. So, and that's why we say, okay, look, let's get there and see how we can make
a difference.
Make the law and see what our people can get through the law. In terms of constituency outreach, to see what we can do. In terms of oversight, if we are complaining about some certain agencies within our place, we say, look, now we have the authority to oversight those agencies within the constituency that, look, this time you must do this for our people. So basically, those are the major reasons and things that have brought us to where we are today.
Okay, 365 days of legislative duties. I'm not to score you, but your people have scored you well, that you've done very well. And you passed about 30 bills in 365 days. How did you do that?
Well, it's not about how did I do that. It's about understanding what the office stands for. And before coming into the National Assembly, I had already have bills that want to be able to address some of the issues that my people are facing. Like some of the bills that have to do with establishment of federal institutions. In my constituency, in one of my constituencies, we don't have a federal institution. So that has been done, which has even gone through second reading and moving into the third reading public hearing. So a lot of things that one was ready with before coming into the National Assembly. And I know that we were coming here, and I understudied proceedings of the House. I did a lot of research on the rules of the House. So coming in wasn't too that difficult in presentation of bills. And not only that, one already has elderly ones, the ranking ones here. So the most important thing in the National Assembly is networking. So when you network, and again, you humble yourself to be able to learn from others, then you pave the way.
So how was it for you? About 30 bills that you've passed, and your top 10. You're one of your top 10 among those who passed the highest bills in the House of Representatives. How did you feel? Meanwhile, we have some people that have never passed a bill or two.
Well, related, but I would say that number one, the glory to God, and number two, that a reason to do more. Mind you, once you have been handpicked and put in the limelight, it shows that people are studying and looking forward to see that you do more. So to me, I feel more challenged because being picked and being studied to be part of the 10 or 5, it's a challenge to me that, look, you need not to mess up at this point in time.
Okay, so now let's go to Jos East and Jos South, the people you're representing in the House of Representatives. What kind of relationship do you have with your people?
You know, my constituency is one unique constituency that you find like Jos South, that's the state capital. And any and every state capital is a cosmopolitan city. So you find in my constituency, you find all the tribes on the plateau that are in my constituency. So my 117,000 votes comprises of all the tribes on the plateau. And you find some constituencies that it's just their tribe that voted them. So
like how many tribes do you have?
Well, we have not less than 20 tribes on the plateau, but 12 are most indigenous. Okay. You know. So I'm looking at that, but the two major dominant tribes in my constituency, the Biroms and the Afiziri. And one cardinal and major point I looked at and said, look, we cannot progress as a people without sense of unity. And bringing the two people together, it's one of the key things I really want to achieve. And that's why you see my cap, it's the colors on my caps is a unity color.
Oh, I was thinking it's your party color.
No, that's not a party color. Okay. If you see the color of the cap, you can see. Excuse me.
That's red.
Yeah, from here, that's a Afiziri, and from here, that's the Birom's color. Okay. So the two combined together. That's Birom and Afiziri. So and that's
unity.
That's unity. And I've been trying to promote that within the constituency, that look, we need to come together. It's not about politics, it's about the next generation. That our children need to grow up to see that they grow as one people. And let's trust each other. Let's come together to understand one another. So basically, that's what we've been doing, and that's what we have achieved so far, that the constituency has been united more than ever. And one thing that I'm looking forward to is that, look, I want to see that a bureau man is marrying an Afiziri woman, although there are, but I want to see the ones that during my time, I want to be part of that. But we have a lot of them because we still share boundaries. So definitely, our people cross each other's boundary in terms of marriages and so on and so forth. So we share a lot of cultural issues together.
So are you making progress in trying to bring them together?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have talked with the elders, and we've talked with a lot of stakeholders, and I can see the sense of unity coming together that, look, let's give each other a chance to see that once we're united, we'll be able to develop. And one thing that I must appreciate the constituency is that I've never had any issue of any communal clash.
Okay.
And once you don't have such kind of things existing, it shows that the people are united.
So now let's talk about road construction. You've done some rehabilitation, you've done some roads. There's the bridge, the
Twanchi.
Thank you. The Twanchi Bridge.
Yeah.
And the people are happy for it. So what more should your people expect from you in the next 365 days? In terms of road construction?
Well, you see, again, my constituency is an area that has a very high level of ecological problems, where you see the rains have wiped out some part of the roads within the constituency, and one of the major areas even just is no roads entirely, and we have been trying to see how we can lobby for some road projects within the constituency. And what we did in our first 1 year was our own personal intervention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was personal intervention, and it was something that we were able to put funds together and to see how we can be able to reach out and help the constituency. And most of those areas, I told them that, look, I can't do all, because one of the major and difficult projects for a lawmaker is road construction, because road construction runs into millions of naira. And some of them, I told them that, look, I will bring the resources, but you bring the manpower. And and I call it community participatory projects. So some of the communities say, look, okay, the youths will come out to see how they can be part of the laborers and so on and so forth. I bring the resources to be able to, and so you see, in that community participatory project, they have cut off the cost of labor. They have cut, and like, especially the amazing thing that happened in the Twanchi bridge reconstruction was the community even brought in a DJ with a microphone. They were, you know, just on those olden days of
so while walking,
they're walking, they're listening to music.
So you won't feel it.
Drinking. So, you know, it was like a carnival. But within 1-2 days, they were done with the work. You know, so I really appreciated that sense of unity coming together to do what we can do for the growth of our community. Not a situation where a contractor will come and the youths within the community are frustrating the contractor that you give us money. But one thing we have made the community to understand that, look, this is for you. For you. So you need to be part of this project. So it wasn't most of the projects that I've been able to do within the past 1 year, it wasn't like a constituency project from the National Assembly of Federal Government. All of them were personal projects, and that we tagged it as community participatory projects from personal funds entirely. And
done by you alone, or you had some people?
Yeah, done by me alone.
Wonderful.
You know, so, and like I said, the community came in, so it's between me and the community. So I'm trusting God that we'll have better, bigger projects that will come in the next legislative year, and projects that are being put in by the National Assembly as our constituency projects. And you know that constituency projects are not projects that funds are given to members. No. Member and the community will identify where they need an assistance, and you now put it up as a request to the federal government, and the federal government will come and do those projects, their contractor and whatsoever.
So briefly, we'll now go to the segment where you get to speak with your people in your local dialect. That is how we get to know. Fine, you go home, but let's actually know, when you go home, how do you relate with them? How do you interact?
Well, that's a difficult one, because I have, like I said, my place is cosmopolitan, different languages, but my main
there's
language,
the general one.
Yeah, my main language, which I'm a Biram person. In my own tribe, I will tell them that Mufyanga yin di jangyo man, and in that way, piende ura tenuyel urin di ure yene wetiang. Ku pierenda urisimi yogodura biyin in that way, urin rawe. One mot yini nangot woodlama yogo will di yene ure yene form woman in tiang.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Honorable Dachung Bagos, for coming on Your Representative.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And that's our package for this week. Join me again next week as I bring you another interesting edition of the program. Follow our social media handles showing on your screen. You can also call the numbers showing on your screen. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. I am Mariah Olasheinde.